So this is a demo account. So this is a student who has multiple classes. This is just a fictitious UCSD student. And we're in San Diego, so and I went to UCSD, so I'm a little biased for my Tritons. So UCSD, we have some classes that we put in here. Vegas Baby, a little trip to Vegas that they're going on as well. You could.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't only have to be school. So there's lots of different things you could put into LifeSpace, but we're going to focus on school today in the classes. Yep. And so I'm just going to show how I'm going to slide back and forth between, my browser tabs, and I'm going to jump back and forth because it's super easy to, even if you just want to copy paste stuff from the syllabus or from some of the notes, you can grab video links and from your classes if they're posted on the video site and so on. So I'm just going to demonstrate some real quick ways that you can do that. Before we do that,
super easy for them.
Yeah, I want to encourage people who aren't already in our LifeSpace Student Success group to come in and join our group. And it is a private group. Yes. We're letting any student who's serious about school and wants to network with other students nationwide. We want you to come in, and you'll get great tips on not only just how to use LifeSpace, but you'll actually be able to talk to other students about just success tips for college and ways to be successful at school. And so
it's all about networking, right?
So tell them what else they could do.
Oh, networking for sure, because there's not, it's not only from one place, it's a different college student from different side of the country. And if you're a junior college, you want to go into university, you can almost always just connect here, right?
Totally. And we get a lot of articles from students talking about strategies for success in school. So we post them in here. And so the actual authors of those articles are actually members of our community as well, so everyone can collaborate on those things, which is really great. Cool. So I'm going to jump back over. So now I'm going to go over here to my LifeSpace, and I'm going to add a new space. And so you get the new space wizard, and you'll see here we have student life as one of the sections. And I'm in class. So we'll just put the class name in. This is it happens to be cognitive science class, and it's COGS 100. And it's about cyborgs, so it sounded pretty cool to me, so I wanted to put that. I have no idea anything about cyborgs, but I may have to go through some of the videos and try and learn it, although I know
there's an upcoming, well, not upcoming, it's already out, a game called Detroit. It's talking about the cyborg and the android, so it's in the head of the student.
Totally. I grabbed a screenshot from the class, and I'm going to put that on here. Our system allows you to choose some generic images that can represent your class, or you can upload the image that makes most sense to you. And so I just grabbed one of the cyborg photos. I thought that was pretty cool. So I'll go ahead and hit save here. And so now you can see I'm in my COGS 100 class, and it drops you onto the desktop here where you have your bookmarks, your checklists, and your notes. So I'm going to slide over to my browser, and I just happened to find on the UCSD website a number of different bookmarks that would be really helpful for a student. And so there's obviously a syllabus for each class, and colleges tend to post those online. So as a student, you can actually go ahead and just grab that URL, grab the web link, just come over here, add a bookmark, and then you can just type in, whatever you want to call it. And then you can just paste that link. So now we just added the syllabus. So you'll see here the links will start appearing, and if you click them, they're actually going to open as tabs inside of the space. So let's see if that's going to load. There we go. And so this is the syllabus loaded within LifeSpace, and so that's helpful when you're in class if you need to quickly reference something on there. In addition, I thought I would show you that you can actually copy paste from Google Docs or from the syllabus or from any website, and you can actually paste it in as a note. And so part of our system as well has, and I'll go back to this home button here.
Yes.
And so it has the notes section, and so I'm just going to say new note, and you can call your note whatever you want. So I can actually call this syllabus.
And the nice thing is you can format it inside there, right?
Yep, and I can just paste it in here. And so it keeps the HTML formatting in the notes, which is really nice. You can still, yeah, you're right, you can highlight text, you can bold things, you can color it, and so on. So you do have the ability to edit your notes within here. We also, and I'll just go ahead and hit done. And so it saves it. There's a little preview of the note, and then you can click on it always to load your note back up. And so we encourage students who actually take notes electronically to use this tool, on your laptop right during class. Some students, of course, will, want to write down their notes, and there's the debate about whether it's really effective to write versus effective to type. And so it's open to any style that students want, but for those who like to create electronic notes, this is definitely something that's really easy to do. The other thing is you can share these spaces with other students. So if you choose to, you can go here and add some other people in the class, people or if you have a study group. And so you can actually invite them all in, and you guys can actually all pool your notes in one place. And so that could actually be really interesting to collaborate and see each other's notes and be able to make sure you didn't miss anything during class.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, so that's a syllabus. Now, UCSD also happens to have all of the classes and the lecture videos available. And so again, I'm just going to go ahead and grab this. They call it podcast. And so I'll add a new bookmark.
Yeah, I know we usually, I know when I was in college, some of us actually put that recording, the voice recording, right next to the professor.
Right.
So definitely you can just
that's old school, right? I didn't even have, I'll age myself, but I barely even had email in college, and definitely no smartphone. So I think it's easier and harder now in college. It seems easier. There's all these things, but it's also much more complicated. So you'll see here now we have the podcast videos. And again, you can go ahead and load in and load them as tabs in here. And so you'll see all the videos that load up. And this is just the ones that they've stored for the classes. And so as a student, you have access to all this. You have to log in sometimes, sometimes you don't. What's really cool is I actually found a couple external sites that I thought were interesting. So there's this one called Course Hero, and it looks like people are more or less sharing notes about the classes. And so that's interesting. I didn't realize that existed. I'm sure some students know about this already. Maybe some others don't. But again, you can go ahead and grab those links. This is not a UCSD sponsored site. This looks like just third-party people sharing. And so that's pretty cool. And again, you can just copy those things over and paste them in like I showed you before. There's one other feature I did. Oh, and you know what? Let me show you one more resource, actually. There's this one right here, because I thought that was cool. It's called Quizlet. And it actually has
I heard about that.
for this course. So I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. What's Utopia, And this thing will even read to you. So I'm not sure if you can hear that or not, but it's actually reading the card. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's just another tool out there that could help you. And you can go ahead and again, copy paste those into LifeSpace. And so that when you put all those in there, you don't have to go back and try and remember it on the finals, the day before finals, day before your midterm. The links are right there.
Yep. And you don't have to actually share your flashcard. You can just open up in your computer and then have your friend open up in their computer in the library, do that game, but instead of those games.
They actually have games in this program, so you can turn it into some kind of contest game, a match. So that's pretty cool stuff. They had none of this when I was in school, so I'm pretty impressed with all this. And then the last thing I wanted to show you was just checklists. And so checklists can really be anything and everything that a student wants to organize for the class. And it's just a nice little checkbox to mark when you've completed things. So in this case, it might be like, midterm prep as the title of my checklist. And then it would be to review notes, review reading material, et cetera, et cetera. So you can literally create a checklist. You can prioritize the ones you need to do first. So you put the little red star next to it. And then, of course, you just check it off when you've actually completed it. And it'll remind you of everything you've completed as well. So what's really nice is if you use these checklists throughout the year, you can also go back into your checklist and you'll see them all listed here. And then you can go back if you need to be reminded of something and you can see what you've done, which is really helpful.
Yes, that's true. And then a lot of things is having this bird eye view, you also know what works, what doesn't, right? For your other classes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so again, with this, it really puts everything for your class in one place. and it helps you when you're in crunch time to have information right at your fingertips.
Yes, exactly.
During class, it also helps you avoid technical distractions, which is one of the big
Yeah.
things that we focus on at LifeSpace, because when I'm in my Chrome, all of a sudden I'm in Facebook, and all of a sudden I'm like not doing what I'm supposed to do. And when you think you're
Yep.
going to Facebook for one thing, you're in there for 25 minutes, and
Going
like
down
6
the
cat
rabbit
videos
hole.
later, you're still watching cat videos and realizing you're supposed to be studying. So this is just a way to like put all of your class into a single area and not get lured into the rest of the web. And so we even encourage students to use their do not disturb function on their phone and on their laptops. Like Mac has a really easy way to say do not disturb. And so that way when you're in class, you're focused, you're there. And hey, if you have something you need to remember for your other class, you can just pop over to to your computer science class. Here's my homework and to-dos, and just throw a task in there and then jump back over, and go to your COGS class or whatever. So from that perspective, then it gives you real easy access to all this information. It gets you focused on what you need to focus on.
Yes, definitely. It has been a really good tool also for you to share with even if you have a plan with your family, maybe going home for vacation, you can also share it with your parents, all the plan that you are doing, and then you don't have to go back and forth and have your parents just nag at you. Did you done this? Are you gonna go? Like all those stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'll just leave us on this one note where I actually show the add a space wizard, and you can see you can store all kinds of different things in our program. Trips, events, even your wedding if you're getting married. I know most students are not thinking about that right now. Personal finance, your personal fitness, things that are important to you personally. And of course, if you also have work, then and you're doing, part-time or full-time work, even as a student, you can organize your work tools in here as well. So it's a pretty great place for you to put all of your life in one place. And so we encourage students to start with the student life, but then to branch out and put some additional goals and hobbies and other things that they really care about here.
Yeah. The one thing that I really love about this platform, LifeSpace, is because I can use my all other platform and just put it in Bookmarks without having to actually learn from zero again to adapt and adopt a new platform. So that was one thing that really sold for me, because it's busy, we're busy. So that was really, thank you for that. And then I also want to bring it up for the student success group. For all of you who's watching, if you have any other questions, please let us know. Definitely, we want to hear from you. We want to know your feedback, right, Greg? Because
absolutely,
we don't know what we don't know. So
very well put. So thank you very much, and I hope this has been valuable for some students, and we look forward to your feedback. So have a great rest of your week.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.